Hello Aries, welcome to your mid-June reading. Thank you for joining me. This is for Sun, Moon and Rising signs. My name is Michelle. Let's get started with your reading. For your oracle cards from the Queen of the Moon oracle, we have the waning gibbous moon, and this speaks of pleasure. It's finding time to have more pleasure in your life. There's a feeling here where you're very focused on nothing too serious, I get. It's very much a time of calling in the pleasures of life, seeking lightheartedness, focusing on what makes you happy, and doing activities that you find pleasurable. So Aries, that sounds like you. Now, the energy around you from Le Vampire is the card of supernatural. Now, this is things that are inexplicable, may even seem miraculous or otherworldly. So there's this element around you of the spiritual. So you may find at this time, Aries, that there's more spiritual energies are what is, I feel, enhanced. I feel it's about those things being enhanced. So you may be doing things here on a more spiritual level. I'm not sure how this works out. For some of you here, I even get like spiritual retreat, something like that. Something that you're finding very pleasurable. And it seems to bring about a healing energies of body, mind, and spirit. Now, above that, as the overall energy from the Earth Magic Oracle, we have the card of forest and breath. Breathing. It's something that we all do, of course, but we don't pay much attention to it. Now, for you, I get the sense that there's been a time recently, Aries, where you felt, I do get this kind of energy of bringing in that fight or flight. And when we feel kind of this survival gut instinct kick in, it can affect our breathing. So you may have felt this kind of scattered energy or even anxious. I get for some of you it's about anxiety. So here it's a question of spending some time doing pleasurable activities, maybe in the forest for some of you, or just in nature, whatever that means to you, where you enjoy it the most, the beach, whatever. In order to practice breathing, deeper breathing is what I'm trying to say here. Not shallow breathing. So it's in order to bring about a sense of peace and calm, tranquility in your life. So let's see where this goes, Aries, as it relates to your relationships. It may have been that you've been going through a particularly stressful period, and now your body is telling you that it's time to start enjoying the more pleasurable activities of life in order to bring about this healing energy. So let's see. We'll focus in on the energies of the person that you're dealing with here in mid-June. So Aries, let's take a look at their energy, what they bring to the table when it comes to you, their flaw, how they feel about you, Aries, how you feel about them, the strengths between you, the weaknesses, the potential for a healthy relationship crossed by any roadblock to that, and the outcome. So let's take a look. I'm going to use pleasure and forest as your overall energy. Okay, 5 of Swords in reverse. So bringing about the end to a very stressful time of how you, I picked this up as how you've been dealing with a certain person. I feel that you've had a lot of conflict with this individual. It could be a lover, it could be a family member, but there is a sense here of wanting to calm things down, because I think that they may have escalated to the point where you're finding it difficult to find pleasure, to find happiness within this particular situation with this person. Now, what they bring to the table when it comes to you, the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Now, again, these two are funny cards because oftentimes they can signal a healing. But in this case, I actually feel it's about making things worse. So, recently it seems that you've had some difficulties with this individual to the point where it's affected you mentally, and by it affecting you mentally, it's affected your health in ways of bringing about a lot of stress and anxiety. But I also get this feeling around this here that the way that you've been thinking about this is making you, I'm picking up as a little bit guilty. So let's see where that one goes. The floor of this person, as you see it, is the Nine of Pentacles. It's in the reverse. So it seems that you, in this situation, Aries, you have happiness in terms of the money. I think you do well. Your career is doing okay. But there's something that remains unfulfilling in your life. It may be just that you're working in a place or a career that you're not really emotionally attached to. You're doing it just for the status or for the money. For others of you, I get the sense that it's about a relationship that fulfills monetary needs, practical needs, but there's something that you're desiring more from this individual. Now, how they're feeling about you here, Aries, we have the Hierophant in reverse. So they're seeing you as being quite rebellious. You may be acting out in a way that this person feels is bucking tradition. And this is this pleasure energy that I was feeling here. It seems to me that you've been working really hard, setting goals, attaining goals. I see you actually have achieved here, but now because of what you have achieved, you feel like it should be a time where you can kind of ease off a little here and just enjoy life a little bit more. But the other person doesn't agree. They feel like you are being, you're not following the normal path here of what they expect. Now, how you're viewing this person, we have the Four of Pentacles. So you see them as a bit greedy, I feel. They're someone that really works really hard to attain not only status, but also they work very hard for their money, but they keep the money. They're not the type of person that frivolously spends. And I get the energy around this of you just want this person to kind of open up here and have a little bit of fun, maybe even spend some of this money that they've accrued. But they're not doing so, and I think that they're kind of seeing you as being quite not conforming to their beliefs is what I'm getting from Spirit. And for you, it's bringing about a lot of stress. It's like you can't seem to find an outlet here to let off steam, to let out that stress by doing something fun. Let's take a look at the strengths between you. We have the Lovers in reverse. Not great energy there, because I do feel that here, Aries, it's very much a situation where you don't agree fundamentally on how to live life. I think this person is just very traditional. I get them as quite stubborn. They don't change, and they're quite withholding as well. They're not the type of person that lets their hair down and just goes and has fun. You are, though, and that's the problem. So the energy that I'm picking up around this is that there's incompatibility on how you each view life. And that's a problem. And I get for you, the only thing really keeping this together at the moment is that neither one of you have made a choice, a decision about this relationship. The weakness here is the Two of Cups in reverse. So yeah, it feels to me like a disconnect and a lot of just not being the same type of person. You know, it's interesting, isn't it? Because often we can be attracted to different people during our life, Aries, for different reasons, different phases in our life. And I feel that you were attracted to this person, Aries, for what they represented, for the very thing that you're now bucking against, this tradition, what they brought to the table in terms of their stability, the security of them. They're safe. I feel that this person is a safe person to be around. But the very thing that brought you to this person originally, I feel that the reason for that is now gone, because I get that you've attained this level and you're now looking at just starting to enjoy life more, but this person is not feeling the same way as you, and I get that now there's this disconnect, and it seems to me that you can't bring about balance into this situation where your needs are met and the other person doesn't feel, I want to say, it seems to me like that they're feeling quite, I get them as, I get a coolness around them, but I also get it's mixed in with some not so nice energies, and I'll look at that in part 2 in the extended, because I get that this person may have some simmering kind of resentments, is what I'm picking up around this card. And this may be what you're feeling here. You may feel that this person is disconnecting from you, withholding, because I feel like this is a person who was happy with you while you were conforming to their belief system, their standards. But once you started bucking them, once you started not being the type of person that they thought you were, then I think they got to this stage where they started to withdraw from you, withdraw from the relationship. Now, when it comes to the potential here, we have the moon, so things are at the moment, for the both of you, I feel that there is not a lot of looking at things exactly how they are. You know, I think that you came into this with a lot of illusion about what this could be. The roadblock here is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And what I'm picking up around this reading here, Aries, is that what needs to be brought out into the open here is this feeling of moving on, letting something go. I feel that it is about moving towards a future that contains more hope and positivity for you. So I get that. The only thing right now is that you're not making a decision to leave this behind. I think that for you, you need to get this clarity to really think about this on a very realistic basis, without any distorting the facts. It's seeing the facts and then realizing that if you stay, I think, with this person, that you'll feel like you've missed out, or that you've missed out on fun. I get it as a more pleasurable kind of life. This person here is very traditional, and Aries, you're not. Now the outcome here is the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So the energy that I'm picking up around you right now, Aries, is that you just kind of give in. And that's really unlike you. You don't seem to be standing up here for having what you want in this relationship, for getting what you want. And that's troubling for you, Aries, because how long does this last? I don't feel like it lasts very long before you seem to acquiesce to this person's demands, because of they can be quite, I get very cold, and I get that when they're not happy with you, they detach in some way. So to avoid that, you just kind of give in. But again, I don't think that that's something that can last here, and it's certainly no way for you to keep going with this, Aries. So we'll see where this goes in part 2. I hope that you join me there if this is resonating. The link will be below in the descriptions box, and that will be available on my Vimeo channel. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email is also in the box below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. See you in part 2, or if not, I will see you soon for the July readings. Bye, Aries.